Good evening everyone, Kalla here. Welcome to my live stream, glad you could make it today. So today we're going to be dealing with the second half of the event story for Camp Vargas 2 here in Twisted Wonderland. And I'm going to apologise in advance if my voice sounds a little bit rough. I don't know if it's the heat or if I'm coming down with something. Alright, so let's go and get into book 4. As we continue with the challenges that our 4 arts clubs have to deal with. Deeper into the woods. Fire flora. Well, actually, someone on the someone with events bonuses actually is what we want. That'll do. I didn't see any lantern blossoms around. Any luck on your end, Kater? Nope. Lots of flowers, but not what we're looking for. I feared this would be the case. Well, hey, if it ain't the pop music and mountain lovers clubs, having a tough time? I'm afraid so. I knew finding a lantern blossom wouldn't be easy, but still. It might behoove us to review what we know about the blooms and their habitat. Let's see. They convert nutrients into magic, which they store, and when they bloom, they release the magic and wilt immediately. And they grow in sunlit areas and don't have many other flowers around. How's that? All correct. There is one additional factor that can greatly stimulate their growth. Namely, if the location has an abundance of energy, like places where magic is often used or where mage stones are produced. I believe there are people conducting research into artificial cultivation techniques using that very trait. Interesting. I guess with the mine nearby, this forest might be a good place for them to grow. Wow, you guys are so good at remembering details. So they only bloom for a short time, right? What if they're all wilted? At this time of year, they may or may not be in bloom. Your concern is valid, but considering Coach Vargas gave us the challenge, he must have verified they're somewhere on the mountain. Yeah, he might be demanding, but he wouldn't ask us to do something that was literally impossible. I hope. Let's go a bit deeper into the woods. We might find a more likely spot for them to grow. Say, Lily's not here. Where'd he go? Oh, Lil's is off catching the giant catfish. We're gonna join him once we're done here. He's trying to get one of those giant fish all by himself? Talk about reckless. Right? I wanted to help him, but he said the lantern blossom would be harder to find. He's right, though. One can lay traps for the catfish, but the only way to find a lantern blossom is to wander around. Well, let's try and find one quick so we can get back and help Lils. I know I can't upload any pics to Musicom right now, but still, you don't see a giant catfish every day. For sure, let's get back to it. Gentlemen, was this fallen tree here yesterday? I don't know. I don't remember seeing it when I was looking for firewood. It's totally blocking the path. I guess we could climb over it, but... No, let's not. We could easily slip and fall doing that. That said, there's higher ground up ahead. It would be a likely spot to find lantern blossoms. Let's see if there's another way around. Hey, what about here? It looks like an animal trail. Wait, hold on. I don't think that was there yesterday either. Callum, did you just fall in a trap? Or just down the mountainside? Whoa! Ah! Callum just fell down the slope. Kato, wait. If we rush after him, we may fall as well. I say we double back and make our way down a more gentle incline. That is sensible. The swamp. I think this is where Callum fell. Hey! Callum, where are you? His voice is coming from the swamp. What's this now? Hey guys! Sorry to scare you, I'm okay. My, you're quite the sight. Having a nice dip, are you? You're waist deep in swamp water. Oh good, the swamp must have broken his fall. Hold on, we're coming to get you. No, don't go near him. What? I'm sinking. Observe. When Kellen moves, the grass around him sways as well, all the way down to its roots. Which means the ground's not solid. This is no ordinary swamp. It's a bottomless swamp that's like quicksand. Oh no! We need to find something for it to grab onto! There's gotta be a rope or some vines around. Callum, don't move. The more you struggle, the deeper it'll pull you in. That's easy for you to say. Oh, poor Callum. Panicking won't help. Stay calm and listen to me. I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, in a place like this, there was a mountain climber who found himself in a bottomless swamp. He called for help, but no one was there, so he just kept getting dragged deeper and deeper into the swamp. Now this mountain climber was quite strong, but he still couldn't pull himself out. So with nothing to grab onto and no idea of how to properly handle the situation, he sank all the way into the muck. That's it? No one rescues him? It's just a bad ending? Way to freak me out, dude! Yeah, Jade. Although what did we expect from Jade, really? I was trying to illustrate the dangers of this kind of swamp to help calm you down. That's not gonna help! Well, congrats, you did the opposite. Oh great, now we've got fairies too. We haven't started a fire or anything. Maybe they remember our faces from the last time we fought. I thought we'd have more time to figure this out, but we may need to hurry things along. Callum, lean all the way back and spread your arms out. You want your entire body touching the swamp water. It'll be muddy, but the more surface area you have touching the water, the harder it is for you to sink. Okay. Keller and Grimm, I need you to help Callum keep his cool. Sure. You've got this. Let's get these fairies out of here. We wouldn't want them to interfere with our rescue. Then we'll find some vines and haul Callum out. And watch where you step. If we get stuck in there, we'll all be up a creek, as it were. Yikes! I really gotta watch out. I'm a merman, but not even I could save someone once the swamp has claimed them. We must stay calm and take things one at a time. Jade, could you please dial back the doomsaying? Battle.
心配するな。すべてうまくいく。いいぜ、いいぜ。情けねえ面すんな。下がってろ。熱くなるのは得意じゃないんだ。
How many more? A bunch, okay. I should probably have looked up how much grinding was required for this bit so that I could have done that part in advance. But... Hey.
まだ足りないのか。話にならねえ。出直して。尻尾を巻いて逃げてもいいぜ。わかった。ナイス。上がってこい。見せてあげるよ。わかった。それな。邪魔もありでしょ。面白いか。ほら、すべてうまくいっただろ。
A few more times, I guess.
俺のかっこいいとこ拡散してね。
いいと思うぞ。任せろ。行くぞ。逃げんな。熱くなるのは得意じゃないんだ。
Less than I thought. Oh yeah, because the number I have there is just the number I currently have. It's not the number that... Because I've spent some of them. So I was less far away than I thought I was going to be. Hey Nick, it's going okay aside from the fact that I think I'm coming down with a cold again. So if my voice is a bit off, you know why. How are you? Alright, the ferries took off. Where's Callum? Don't move. Just don't move. How can he be so still when he's sinking like that? I'd be thrashing up a storm. It appears he's taken my lesson to heart. You're lucky Callum's so earnest. Anyone else would have panicked for sure. Now let's twist these vines together to make a rope. The eternal curse of karaoke, right? I scheduled that karaoke, and then, like halfway through today, I went, oh no. Phew, safe solid ground. Thank you both so much. Boy, that was terrifying. Think nothing of it. We all have to look out for one another in times of need. Whatever, Jade. You just watched an amusement until the last possible second. I'm glad Callum's okay, but now we're all covered in mud. So yeah, perhaps we should wash ourselves off in the lake before it dries. Hmm? Wait, look, isn't that... Oh, is that a lantern blossom? It sure is. It's on that floating island over there. Not that we can get to it. We can, actually. It's like I said before. The more surface area that's touching the water, the harder it is to sink. So if we can find, say, some large planks of wood, we can lie down on them and ride across. Oh, I get it. Okay, let's go find some. Sure, not like we can get any more muddy than we already are. Okay, I got it. Sweet. Now we can cross it off the list. Kater, Callum, thank you both. I must say, I'm amazed a lantern blossom was growing here at all. It's hardly an ideal environment for them. Yeah, can't imagine this area gets a lot of sun. We lucked out big time. Yeah, it is lucky that Jade was there and knows exactly what he's doing, right? I wouldn't be so quick to call it luck. Perhaps something else encouraged its growth. Like the fact that a lot of animals probably die here. You mean, Jade? For instance, maybe a large amount of magic was used here recently. Or that! Wait, isn't this where we fought, the creature? Last camp. In the swamp. I don't know, man. Who would be casting magic in this isolated, uncampable swamp? It's a hard pass from me, that's for sure. Though admittedly, we weren't using magic then. Yes, the creature. Yes. We weren't using magic then, though, were we? Regardless, I suppose we shouldn't just stand around all muddy. Let's get back to camp, wash ourselves off, and brew that potion. That should do it. Now to adjust the heat. Dang, Jade, you're good at this. Thank you. I do feel somewhat in my element when I'm brewing potions. That's so cool. You gotta teach me some tips later. Certainly. I'll invite Hazel and Floyd as well. We'll give you a thorough overview. Sounds great, I can't wait. That's the same thought I just had, Kater. Like, that sounds suspicious and expensive. That's the scariest tutoring group I've ever heard of. You might want to skip that one, Callum. You know they'll charge an arm and a leg. All done. Hello, Ghost. Are you there? Coming. I have the potion for the challenge. Would you mind inspecting it? Of course. Yep. That's a nice potion right there. Congrats on passing the challenge. Here's your badge. Thank you. That makes 4 badges for us. Alright, let's hit up the lake next. We gotta help Villier and I'm getting hungry anyway. I second that motion. If you're getting food, we're coming with ya. No, we're not. We've got record keeping to do. Oh, man. It's good that we don't have to do the challenges, but all this walking around's wearing me out. Then I believe this is where we split off. Good luck with your work, record keepers. Later, Gators. Although we do need to go to the lake. for our record keeping. Grab a tray, friend. Sebek isn't here. I mean, Sebek is also only one gator. Water flora. That will do. Also, Sebek's probably a crocodile rather than a gator, but I guess we don't know that for sure. What's shaking, Science Club? Catch any giant catfish yet? Hey Grim, Kalla. We've been catching the regular fish just fine, but no joy on the catfish. They won't be easy prey. We might have to rethink our approach. So what you gonna do? I don't really know a lot about fishing. I guess we could switch things up and set a trap, or try some different bait. But no matter what we do, we should start by going over what we know about these fish. Agreed. And as we have no way to look up new info, we can only go by what we've previously heard. As I recall, giant catfish are nocturnal, and they lurk in dark areas near the lake bed during the day. That's not enough info to figure out how to lure them out. But they probably behave similarly to regular catfish, which I know a thing or two about. Catfish are voracious eaters and like to feed on crabs, shrimp, and fish, from what I remember. Oh yes, I've heard of them popping up out of the water to eat pigeons as well. Grim, you might want to stay back from the shoreline. Imagine something trying to eat Grim. Grim who eats everything. A giant catfish could swallow you whole. Say what? Sorry, I was just joking. I think they also have a keen sense of smell. So they should be able to sniff out bait from pretty far off. And much like other fish, their hearing is excellent. But they have poor vision and can't tell most colours apart. You really know your catfish, Trey. Yeah, all of this knowledge is new to me as well. Yeah, one of our science club members once gave a presentation on how water quality affects flora and fauna. And he talks about catfish and their sensory organs as part of it. I'm not much of an authority on fish or really any other animals, so it was fascinating to me. Each club member researches topics that interest them. And Trey always pays such close attention to their presentations. Marvelous. Okay, so what's the plan? First, we have to lure one into shallow water. If we can do that, we may be able to catch it without using a fishing rod. That'll probably be better for a bunch of amateurs like us. Then we'll need a net to haul it in. We certainly can't grab one with our bare hands. There ain't no net in the toolbox. There isn't. Oh dear. Then what shall we use to capture it? You'd expect Rook to be the authority on animals. I mean, I think he's the authority on anything except fish, right? Like, he probably knows everything there is to know about land animals and birds, I'd imagine. But, like, fish are a lot more difficult to track visually. Which seems to be his speciality, right? What about using a tent cover and some rope? I know they're brightly coloured, but a catfish wouldn't notice that. We'll tie a rope to each corner of the tent cover and lay it out on the shallow part of the lake bed. And then when a giant catfish swims over it, everyone will tug on their ropes and haul it out. Intriguing. I like the way you think. There are a few spare tents, and the fabric's durable enough that it should hold a giant fish. The cover is waterproof though, so we'll have to contend with both the fish's weight and any water we pull up. Ugh, which means more exercise. Oh well, let's give it a go. Rook, would you go get us a spare tent and some rope from the campsite? Oui, I shall return post-haste. Take your time, we've got our own things to prep. What, does the waterproof tent thing even sink? I think you'd have to sort of slide it in, kind of, wouldn't you? I feel like you'd need someone to go down to the lake bed with it to make sure it's flat as well. What are we doing? Making some ground bait. We can make the perfect trap, but it'll only work if we lure the catfish to it. So we need to gather up some ingredients. Let's split up. What around here would make for good bait? Fish? Alright, that should cover it. Fish and bugs I get. But what's up with this grass? It looks like leeks. I can't see any fish chowing down on an onion. See for yourself. Give it a sniff. It stinks. Use Grim as bait. It's a really pungent herb. Since giant catfish rely on their sense of smell to find food, it should help draw one in from far away. Trey, I think that's only going to work if the catfish considers this smell to be food. Now we'll use some rocks to grind all the ingredients into a paste. So much mashing. Can't we speed this up? Rushing won't get it done any faster. You have to be patient and do it carefully and firmly, like so. Hey, it's all blending together now. You're good at this. Trey makes it look like he's whipping up a cake or something. That bait's looking awful tasty. Oh yeah? Wanna try some? Yeah! That reeks! No thank you! Trey, I can't believe you made something that Grim won't eat. I think it's still too stiff. I'll just add a little water and try and whip in some air. You're not making cake, Trey. There, done. Pretty good for my first time making this stuff, if I do say so myself. Wow, if you told me this was chocolate whipped cream, I just might believe you. I'm getting hungry. Yeah! It smells even funkier now. Are you sure the giant catfish will go for it? Only one way to find out. It's not like I've ever caught a fish with homemade bait before. Once Rook's back, we'll set everything up and give it a shot. Yeah, Grim eats all kinds of weird things, and this is where he draws the line. At least everything in this is foodish. I mean, edible at least. We've seen Grim eat some very inedible things. Look, the bait is dissolving in the water. It was so finely ground I almost thought you used a blender. You're too kind. Now all we have to do is wait. I doubt we'll get anything immediately, but... Catfish! Trey! Giant catfish alert! And it certainly lives up to its name. Uh-huh. Whoa, it really took the bait. Shh, quiet. Catfish have sharp hearing, remember? It'll be wary if we make too much noise. We sure got one fast though, maybe it's hungry. So far so good. It's going to swim right over the tent. Alright, stay quiet. No scaring it. Pull your rope on my cue. 3, 2, 1. Catfish! Yes, we caught it! This thing is heavy. It's hard to pull in when it's putting up a fight. Remain calm and take it slow. If you tug too hard, the catfish will thrash you even more and tire us out. Everybody, on my cue. 3, 2... It kind of sounds like tug of war. all pull on the signal. Wait, what's that noise? Fairies, and they're coming this way. No, stop splashing us! The ground's getting all muddy, my feet are slipping. They'll wear us down if they keep this up. Shall I drive them off, Trey? No, don't let go of that rope. I'll handle the fairies. Just hold out till I'm done. He took his jacket off. Serious. Serious, Trey.
あまり手荒なことはしたくないんだけどな。行こうか。
足一つすごい。いた。
まだ足りないのか。暑くなるのは得意じゃないんだ。
Looks cooler without the jacket. I mean, yeah, the jacket would keep him warm after all. We have obtained our jade. For more bonuses.
山にいると集中力が高まる気がします。普段からこうした環境で授業を受けたいものです。
Right, now to work on this then. Obtain a tray. Let's bring in jade for extra bonuses.
Shippoを巻いて逃げてもいいぜ。任せろ。考えたな。上がってこい。たわいないな。正解だ。
朝飯前だ。
暑くなるのは得意じゃないんだ。
Bonuses, bonuses. Extra rewards. Nope. That loading screen was going on for longer than I expected.
お手柔らかにお願いします。
いいっすね。
わかった。
貸し一つすごい。
反省したか？
やるな。策を取ろう。相手してやる。身の程をわきまえ。ほら、すべてうまくいっただろ。
Need a little bit more then, huh? Yeah, that doesn't unlock yet. One more. You like the fact that Trey has cosmics, so the yeah, that is useful, right?
This is 俺の縄張りっす。
やるな。
わかった。
相手してやる。
まだ足りないのか。
正解。俺もそうする。かわせるか。そら。
仰せのままに。
貸し一つすごい。
もっと楽しめるかと。残念。
Great. There we go. I'm gonna devour you. That's an interesting chapter title. Phew, that takes care of the fairies. Everyone okay? How swift you were, Trey. You could have taken even more time, you know. Says the guy who's sweating bullets. Sorry it took so long. Okay, I've got my rope. Pull on my cue now. There it is. It's giant, all right. We've only got it halfway out. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. We've only got it halfway out of the water. Keep pulling. It's putting up quite a fight. Very well. A battle it shall have. Everyone get ready to pull together now. Yeah. It's very much tug of war. What? Did that thing just jump up? Whoa, stay away, fishy! Marvelous! We dragged the catfish out of the water. Yeah, good job everyone, but why'd it suddenly lunge for us like that? Guys? Where's Grim? Hello Heike. How you doing? Get off my foot! Grim, where are you? Look, Grim's legs are sticking out of the catfish's maw. Oh, crud. I'll get its mouth open. Kalla, you pull Grim out. On three. 1, 2, 3. Took you long enough. Now I'm all wet and slimy. That sucked big time. Are you okay? I definitely didn't expect it to try and eat you. Yeah, you were right, Nick. You would have made good bait. Man, it looked right at me and pounced. You were certainly right about its voracious appetite. To think it prioritized eating even as it was getting caught. And it went after Grim, and he's way bigger than a pigeon. I'm just glad you're not hurt. The Science Club has completed the challenge. Here's your Vargas badge. Great, thanks.
Yeah, I smell like shrimp and bugs and grass now.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Grim. I couldn't have gotten through that challenge without you. Say, since we caught it, how about we haul it back to camp and cook it up? And now Grim gets to eat the thing that tried to eat him, I guess. And for the finishing touch, a pinch of the salt from our supplies. Amazing job, Trey. What an enticing aroma. Don't give me too much credit now. All I did was roast the fish over the fire with a little salt. Oh no, this is more than a little salt. I'm picking up several other herbs and spices. It smells delicious.
Enough waiting, let's eat. Good. That's a fatty piece of fish. It's all nice and juicy.
Don't eat too fast or you'll choke. Thanks for sharing with us, Trey. Oh, sure thing. Have as much as you'd like. We would have had a way harder time catching that thing if Grim hadn't lured us out of the water. Besides, it's so big I'm not sure all of us in the science club could finish it.
Take that, giant catfish. You'll have to get up a lot earlier in the morning if you want to eat me. Now I'm gonna devour you instead.
Grim can't take all the credit though. You earned this as well, Trey. What? Nah, it was a group effort. Ah, but your decisiveness enabled us to catch the fish. You flew into action and drove the fairies off as soon as they appeared. If not for that, we might have let the catfish escape. No, really. You're giving me way too much credit. I just figured that since you're stronger than me, you'd be able to hold onto the rope. I had to do something, so I did. That's not really worth all this praise. Trey deserves a lot more praise. All the praise. You're so modest. Whatever you say, I suppose. I'm serious though. Fine, you know what? I'm just gonna eat my lunch. This really is nice and fatty. Now, which challenge should we do next? Well, I know what challenge we're going to go see our third group go do. More Magestone mining. Water and fire. I'm gonna do this manually now. We'll do that. Because I don't want to do it by auto team and then have to put Jade back in again. When I go camping, do I roast stuff over an open fire? Not a lot, because I don't tend... In general, where I go camping, you can't make your own campfire. But there is a communal campfire at one of the places I go. And I have done marshmallows over it. But nothing else.
I don't see anyone around the mine. I thought someone would be working on the Magestone challenge. Yeah, we wasted all that time hiking up here.
I mean, they're not going to be on the outside of the mine, Grim. Why, hello there, record keepers.
Oh, hey Val.
You're here rather early, Grim.
Nuzzle's here too? Actually, this is pretty much the same crew that was foraging firewood yesterday. Are your two clubs working together or something?
No, we just happened to run into each other. Yes, my group took on the Mage Stone assignment by complete chance. This is a difficult challenge, though. Maybe we should work together, Vil. I know you'd be a tremendous asset. No offense, but I'd prefer not to babysit another club. Come now, where's your spirit of cooperation? Coach Vargas never said clubs couldn't work together. Yeah. Yeah. Warm marshmallows are great. Love a roasted marshmallow. You've just got to try not to actually set it on fire. Or if you do, put it out fast. And if I still say no, then we'll simply complete the challenge on our own, as we did yesterday. It was purely a suggestion, of course. I just thought that working together would save both of us valuable time and energy. After all, the Film Research Club hasn't split up, and this is your first stop. A few extra pairs of hands wouldn't hurt, right? Fine, as long as you promise not to interfere with our work. Come, Film Research Club. We need to find a 2-centimeter Mage Stone and quick. Thank you kindly, Vil. We'll head in now as well. What's this?
Oh, what's what?
The ceiling collapsed. A bunch of rocks and debris are blocking the path that leads further in. Ah yes, that would be what Malleus did yesterday. It must have happened overnight. Everything looked fine yesterday, though. What's the plan, Azel? There aren't any mage stones left around here at the entrance, right? If we cleared some of the rocks, we could make enough room for one person to squeeze through. That sounds dangerous, Azel. But there's always the risk of another collapse, and it would be exhausting work. So that's not the most pragmatic option. Look, I can see a narrow tunnel on the other side of this rock. You're right, perhaps it will lead further down. But the walls and ceiling have collapsed beyond this point as well, which is an added wrinkle. It's already too easy to get lost in here. What do you think the right call is, Vil? Getting lost is certainly a concern. But the fact remains that we won't find any mage stones that meet the requirements here. We'll need to take a risk and proceed further in. Let's make some torches and split into teams. When we encounter a fork in the path, the teams will split off and check each passage. Once you hit a dead end or another path, report back with your findings. I brought a notepad, so I'll draw a map based on what you tell me. Ah, draw his own map. Have I groovied my villain Azel yet? No. That should help avoid anyone getting lost. Now we can get this done as quickly and efficiently as we can. Yes, sir. Vil, the passage to the right went on for about 15 steps, and then there was a left turn. After 10 more steps, we found the path was blocked. Alright, I'll add it to the map. We went down the left passage for 20 steps, then it split into 3 branches. One of those passages led deeper in.
Doesn't feel like we're making any progress. This place is just one big maze.
It certainly is. We're getting it mapped and covering plenty of ground, but for all the branching paths, everything looks the same. Labyrinthine doesn't begin to cover it. We can turn around and leave the moment we find a Magestone deposit, though.
Oh, what's the matter, Azel? Getting scared?
Please! I simply don't want to waste my time wandering around a maze. Hazel's on edge because Idia disappeared. He did? Perhaps that's what happened to Ortho. What do you mean? No one in our club has seen Ortho since he was tending the campfire yesterday afternoon. Apparently he mentioned stopping by to see Idia, so I thought he was probably with his brother and the rest of your club. Aha, I see. Idia actually went missing yesterday afternoon as well, while the rest of us were working on the challenges. I thought he'd return this morning, but there's been no sign of him so far. I fear I know what's happened. Oh yes, there's no mistake. They're playing hooky. How careless of me. I thought it would be smooth sailing after Idia displayed such an unusual excitement for campfires. Of course he would never endure a physical activity like camping. I can't imagine Ortho would skip out on camp since he was looking forward to it so much. I suppose he was moved by Idia's tears. Still, that's no excuse for dereliction of duty.
Yep. Vil and Azel are seriously ticked off.
What are we gonna do about them, Vil? I'd like to drag them back to camp, but I doubt they'll be easy to find. They're well aware of the consequences for ditching work. They'll be sure to conceal their location. Also, we might look guilty by association if it comes out that we knew they were missing and failed to bring them back. What should we do then? Keep it from Vargas until they get back? I considered that, but it wouldn't work forever. Idia stands out being a house warden and all. I would sooner get in front of things by turning them in and emphasizing that we upheld our responsibilities. I suppose those two brought this on themselves by absconding to begin with. Ortho put his brother first and neglected his duties. He clearly lacks the proper attitude for the Film Research Club. I must ensure he learns that our club is not to be trifled with. Agreed. That said, I might bail Idia out if he comes to be complaining about how Vargas transferred him to a sports club. And if he cries and begs for a show of benevolence.
Yikes. Could those two get any more sinister?
You just went for Campville as well, did you, Heike? It appears this is as far as the tunnel goes. Goodness, what a vast cavern! There are distinct traces of magic as well, especially in this white layer of rock. We might find a good mage stone here. Wait, I hear something. Fairies. I had a feeling they'd show up. After all, they attacked us over the tiny mage stone we dug up near the entrance before. I'll chase you fairies off as often as you like, just try me.
それで行くか。
力になりますよ。
こういうこともできるんだぜ。見て。
どうかな。
お、いいな。無理はすんなよ。
笑えないな。
もっと楽しめるかと。残念。
This is where I make sure I have enough to go to Pity for SSRs that I want. As much as I can, anyway. Mostly because I know my gacha luck is rubbish.
あまり手荒なことはしたくないんだけどな。
承知しました。
いいな。
力になりますよ。まず
ほら食らえ。いていて。神経任せて。感謝なさい。
But also I like going for the SS, for the SRs if I can. Just for...
この勝負、俺の勝ち。
Shall I say completeness' sake? Does that... if that makes sense.
いいぜ。受けて立つ。さあ見て
かしこまりました。
つまらない。
同情しますよ。
面白そうだ。
気楽にな。無理はすんなよ。
面白いか。
いて、踊れ。この勝負、俺の勝ち。
Yeah. At the moment, I'm a little worried about making sure I have enough to pity both Birthday Leona next month and also Portfest Jack if that event happens next month. Which I kind of hope it doesn't happen next month, so that I can do more saving.
お手柔らかにお願いします。
気楽にな。
行こうか。
見せてやるよ。いて。
まだ足りないのか。いいと思うぞ。
仰せのままに。力になりますよ。
笑えないな。
行きます。もっと楽しめるかと。残念です。
They finally gave up. Now we can focus on mining. Let's begin, shall we? So, what's the verdict? I believe this mage stone satisfies all the requirements. Hee hee hee, sure does. Here's your Vargas badge. Thank you. That's 4 for us now. This is a rather high quality mage stone, I think. I think I'll try to find another.
How long are you gonna dig for?
As long as time allows. He's already got a whole pile of stones, but he's not turning any of them in. Azel's here to make money, I see. So much for not wasting time. I admire your drive, at least. I assume you're going to keep those precious mage stones and sell them once we're back at school. Oh yeah, that was it. That's how we used magic to fight the creature. Right, we used those mage stones. That's what all the magic at the bottomless swamp was. Wouldn't you like to know? Perhaps, if that's the most profitable course of action. If you want your own, you'll have to find another deposit. I'm not relinquishing this one, not even for collaboration's sake. You can keep them. We're going to focus on the other challenges, which means we're leaving. I think I just heard footsteps. Wait, did you see that? What's wrong, Bill? Could you please keep it down? I'm trying to sense the magic from the mage stones. Do you plan to keep digging forever? Give me that mage stone. Here, this meets the requirements, yes? Which means the board game club is done here. Yep, that one works. Here's a badge for the board game club. Hee hee hee. Fine, I'll take it. Thank you. Did you really have to interfere back there, Vil? I wanted to keep digging. Didn't you see it? See what? Yeah, Vil, we don't know what you're talking about either. I heard footsteps behind me, and when I turned around I saw a shadow. It had a large round head, long arms, and gigantic claws. It was clearly inhuman. I beg your pardon, nothing like that lives in these tunnels. You must have been seeing things. Did anyone else see this shadow? Grim, Kalla, what about you?
I didn't see nothing.
Are you sure that's what you saw, Vil? All right, I have no means by which to prove my claim, so it would be a waste of effort to try and convince you all. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure of what I saw either. We need to concentrate on the remaining challenges. Let's not spend any more time on this. Agreed, and thank you for your cooperation. We'll be going now.
Hey, wait! We're going with you!
Was I truly just seeing things? Nah. I know you saw something, Vil. Alright, book 5. Camp Vargas, Day 2, evening. Okay, the Day 2 challenges are officially over. Looks like every club made it through without missing any badges. I'm already seeing more definition on those muscles.
I don't see no difference.
Tomorrow is the last day of Camp Vargas, which means you'll be facing your final challenge. You'll find out more about it when the time comes. Keep your head in the game and give it 110%. Any questions? If not, you're all dismissed. Excuse me, Coach Vargas, I have something to report. Ah, Ashen Grotto with the board game club. What is it? Well, it's just that Idia hasn't returned to camp. And Ortho is missing as well. The Shroud brothers, huh? We've been searching exhaustively for Idia since yesterday afternoon. Vargas is your least favorite teacher. Yeah, probably same. Well, we've yet to find him. I don't want to believe it. Truly I don't, but he may very well have fled from camp. Oh, I'm just so ashamed that one of our own would do such a thing. Wow, acting, Ezel. We take our duties very seriously in the board game club. We do not condone playing hooky. Isn't that right, everyone? Sure. I could hardly believe it myself. Who could imagine that Idia would get Ortho to abandon his post? Our club respects self-reliance and discipline. Skipping out on one's duties is inexcusable regardless of the reason. We're all taking this matter quite seriously. Ha 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 ha! Is that right? You both have the right attitude. Your intensity goes to show that Camp Vargas is already paying off. When they get back, make your feelings crystal clear. That's the ticket. Yes, sir. Is it me, or was his reaction rather mild? I thought he'd be furious that people were ditching his camp. Hey, Coach Vargas? We've got something to tell you too. Lilia hasn't come back yet either. We know he went to do the giant catfish challenge. But when we went to look for him at the lake, all we found was the catfish she'd caught. Isn't Malleus also missing? Lilia's missing too. We haven't seen Malleus since this morning. Okay, boys, settle down. Don't worry, I've already planned for this eventuality. I'll look for the missing students myself. You should be more concerned with your next challenge. Be sure to rest up those muscles. You need to be ready for anything. Dismissed! I didn't realize Ortho was missing too. But hey, didn't Idia go missing yesterday? Why did you wait to report it? I didn't want the entire club to get punished for Idia's laziness. I initially hoped we could find him on our own. But I'm much less concerned about that after seeing how Coach Vargas reacted. It's his problem now. I mean, surely you're a little worried, right? Ortho's missing too. Do those brothers even merit our concern? Vil, you're camping in the wild! Anyone who's missing kind of warrants concern. They're probably off somewhere gaming right now. Dwelling on it will get us nowhere. All I care about is getting through this camp and staying in my club. How very cold. And here I am, positively beside myself with worry over Lilia's well-being. I'm sure you're not even the slightest bit concerned, are you? I mean, Lilia, I think, could take care of himself, right? To be fair, Ortho, Idia, Lilia, and Malleus are all extremely capable. Maybe we don't need to worry about them. Coach Vargas wasn't all that bothered. There's no telling what the final challenge will be, so we should try to rest up while we can. Sitting around worrying won't do us any good. I mean, true. Yeah, admittedly, like... yeah, they're all pretty capable, aren't they? Because it's like... even Idia could still actually use his magic, given that his family curse stops him accumulating blot anyway. Aha, the cottage. Perfect! The room's a total mess. It'll definitely make them think of dangerous monsters on the loose. Okay, let's go over the plan one last time. Grim, Kalla, you two will run to the campground. Tell the students that a mysterious black shadow attacked me. Really ham it up and turn on the waterworks. You can't let them suspect you're faking it.
Time to flex our acting muscles.
I'm ready. Great! Remember, you need to tell him the key info, or this challenge will be way harder than last time. When we did this with the sports clubs, they knew what my monster disguise looked like because of you. I bet your warning was one of the reasons some of them were still standing after my first attack. But obviously this is your second go-around. You know what the deal is. I didn't want anyone getting wind of what's up, so I gave you the full rundown this time. I'll go get in position to strike. You guys better get going. I'm counting on you.
Sheesh, Vargas is actually asking for our help? What are we gonna do with that guy?
Let's put on the best performance we can.
Not like we have anything better to do. Come on, let's go scare the pants off those guys. Oh hey, is that the science club over there? Perfect. That saves us from having to hike all the way to camp. Hey!
Okay, that's pretty much all of our dishes washed. What else do we need to do before tomorrow? It'll be our last day, so perhaps we should pack up some of our stuff. That way it'll be ready when we break down our tents. I'm feeling rather downhearted knowing the end of our trip is near. Personally, I can't get back soon enough. But it's been a good experience overall. I don't normally do a lot of outdoor stuff. This was my first time mining mage stones in a real mine, gathering firewood, and let's not forget catching a giant catfish. One little jaunt in the woods was all it took to see a whole new side of you. What would you say to joining me on a hunt sometime? I'd be happy to show you the ropes. A hunt? That sounds rough in a completely different way.
Hey!
Grim, Kalla, why are you so panicked?
Oh, we got trouble. There's a monster in the woods and it attacked Vargas.
What? We have told them. What's this about a monster attacking Coach Vargas? Tell us what happened.
Right, okay, me and Kalla were just hanging out in our tent when Vargas started shouting all of a sudden. He was all like, "Stop! Someone help!" So we peeked out all quiet-like.
And that's when we saw it.
We saw a huge dark shadow leaping from the cottage. It took off into the woods.
I see. That must have been quite frightening. I'm just glad no harm befell either of you. Wait, hold on. Is Coach Vargas okay?
Why'd you ask?
What do you mean, why? He was attacked!
Oh, right, he was, I don't know.
You don't know? Didn't you look in the cottage?
Well, I mean, all I could think about was getting out of there. So I took off and ran into you guys.
Coach Vargas wouldn't go down without a considerable fight, but this monster sounds dangerous indeed. You heard him shouting in the cottage, right?
Yeah? Wanna go check it out?
Grim, you're acting way too happy at this point. Well, yeah, I'm not just going to ignore it after hearing all of that. Agreed, and we can administer some first aid if need be. Let us check up on the coach and ensure he is safe. Welcome back, Nick. You missed some terrible acting. I do feel kind of bad about lying to Trey that something terrible happened. Some of the others, I wouldn't feel quite as bad about. Coach Vargas, you okay? He's not here. Where'd he go? Look at this mess. The coach's luggage is strewn about and his lantern and cup have been knocked to the floor. Did the Dark Shadow do this? I was hoping you guys had made a mistake, but it looks like you didn't.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
But what could the shadow even be? Wait. No, it couldn't be. Could it? Did something come to mind, Trey? Yeah, when the sports clubs came back from camp. Ace and Juice claimed they fought a monster while they were here. None of us believed them. We just thought they made a mistake because they were so tired. But what if they didn't? What if there really is a monster here? Yeah, but the problem is here that we're trying to lie about a monster to Rook, who's an excellent tracker. Like, I'm not sure this is going to go too well. I should have taken them seriously. Grim, could you describe the Dark Shadow in more detail? What did it look like? It all happened too fast. I can hardly blame them. I imagine Monsieur Peluche and the Trickster were too upset to catch any details. Yeah, fair point. Sorry to interrogate you guys while you're still shaken up.
I mean, it's cool.
We'd better get back to camp and warn the others. If Vargas couldn't handle that thing, we won't stand a chance by ourselves. The head mage could help us, but he won't get here until tomorrow morning at the earliest. Then we'll have to make it through the night on our own, at least. Alright, let's get going. Everybody keep a sharp eye on your surroundings.
Phew, you think that was good? I wish they'd stop asking us so many questions.
I don't like doing this. Not to Trey. Trey's nice. Grim, Kalla, what's the holdup?
We're coming!
I need some more water. I will be right back. And I return. A dark shadow attacked Coach Vargas. Are you sure that you're not making this up? I wish I was. I wonder if that's why Lilia up and vanished. Oh no, you think it attacked him too? And Malleus remains unaccounted for as well. Are you suggesting this shadow is strong enough to best Malleus? Oh jeez, there's no way we could take on a monster that strong. What are we gonna do? I wonder if Idia and Ortho got owned too. I say we get out of here. No way I'm gonna sit here all night just waiting to get attacked.
They're all shaking in their booties. My compelling acting has struck fear into their hearts.
Maybe you shouldn't have actually said that, Grim. Alright, calm down everyone. From what we've heard, no one actually saw the attack, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, that struck me as well. Grim, Kalla, is it possible you mistook some large animal for a monster?
I didn't mistake nothing. It was really big and, well, just really big and stuff. Anyway, it wasn't an animal. His room in the cottage was a mess too. Scared the living daylights out of me. Rook, Trey, back me up here.
Phil's got a point, actually. We saw the cottage. But neither of you actually witnessed Coach Vargas getting attacked, right?
Well, I don't know. Maybe?
Yeah, that's not very conclusive. You know, none of us have our magical pens. But are we supposed to believe that a monster took down Idia and Ortho, defeated Malleus and Lilia, and then went after Coach Vargas and got him too? It's much more likely you guys made a mistake. Yes, this is all extremely far-fetched. If I were to hazard a guess, I'd say Coach Vargas deliberately made it look like he was attacked. It would make sense if he were trying to sow confusion among our ranks. I could see that musclehead coming up with an idea like this. Faking an attack and disappearing would free him up to do whatever he needs to for the final challenge. Perhaps he's somewhere watching us even as we speak. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a bunch of muscleheads this time. There's some sneaky, conniving people in this group, and they know all about sneaky and conniving. Yeah, he did say he had one last challenge. And this whole thing might be part of it. Okay guys, let's make preparations while we can. There's no telling what's going to happen or when.
Man, no one believes us.
No surprises there. Did you guys say something?
Nope. Not a word.
So what should we do for tonight? We must remain vigilant even if this is part of Coach Vargas's challenge. I believe it would be wise for each club to stick close together and wait for morning. Good call. Then the head mage will come through the dark mirror and pick us up. We'll have rotations of 2 or 3 people keeping watch. Anyone who's super exhausted from today should rest up first. So basically, do what we were doing anyway, because of the fairies and the campfire. Yeah, since you guys don't have many people in your club, want to team up with ours? Good idea. I feel better with a larger group. Thanks, Trey. Much appreciated. Why, the three of them would have had to stay up all night otherwise. We'll do the same shifts as we did last night. Yes, sir. Say, Grim and Kalla, you two should stay in the science club tents.
Really?
But of course, this crisis affects all of us, not just the arts clubs.
Thanks. Sweet. You're gonna share your dinner too?
Try to have some sense of self-preservation, okay? Time for making a plan, huh? Being on lookout is so boring when nothing's happening. Feels like time is slowed to a crawl. Any idea what time it is, Callum? No, but I'm guessing it's like 3 AM. It's just gone 1. Didn't you bring a watch? Maybe? It might be in my backpack. I never wear a watch. I usually just use my phone. Yeah, of course you do. Of course you do, Kater.
Seriously, only 1 AM? Why time moves like molasses when there's nothing to do?
Oh dear, we are just about out of firewood. I'll go get some more. Would someone care to join me? I will. Want to come too, Grim, since you're bored?
No way, no how. I gotta preserve my energy.
You do? Oh, right, so you can stay awake for your shift. Then Callum and myself shall go. We'll be right back. Okay, got it. Thanks, guys. It's just about my turn to keep watch. We appear to be missing some people. Yeah, Rook and Callum went to grab more firewood. Morning, Jade. Sleep well? Why, yes, thank you for asking. You're all welcome to go rest now. Thanks, I'll take you up on that. Excuse me, but I need to talk with you all. Oh, hey, Vil, what's up? I just went to go on my shift and saw that our club was down several people. They're supposedly getting firewood, but the situation being what it is, I'm a tad concerned.
You sure they didn't just run off because they were scared of you, Vil?
I don't yell at them, you know. I simply give warning when they don't do their jobs.
That's still pretty harsh.
It doesn't make sense that a bunch of them would just run off in the middle of the night when we're on high alert. Good point. Surely they know that regardless of what's going on, it's dangerous to leave the group. They must have been quite afraid of Vil's ire. Even in a time of crisis, you have to get a dig in, don't you? We'd better stay sharp. You think Coach Vargas's challenge is already underway? I'd say so. I'd prefer not to lose any more of my club members. I need to formulate a plan of action. I'm going back to our tents. You know, Rook and Callum have been gone a while now. Our firewood pile isn't that far away. Just where could they have gone? Maybe they didn't make it there at all.
Hey, what about the campfire? It's about to go out.
I'd better go check on them. Kater, Jade, would you come with me? Sure thing. If the campfire goes out, we'll really be in the dark. Grim, Kalla, you two keep an eye on the fire. I'll get some more Science Club guys to stay with you. Don't worry, we'll be right back. Be careful out there.
I'm gonna catch some Z's while we can. We won't be able to take it easy much longer.
Let's see, where's the firewood? Ah, there it is. Wow, look at all this. I guess having all those club members comes in handy. I'm jelly. We did collect a lot of it, but... strange. It doesn't look like any wood's been taken from the pile. Maybe they got lost? No, that can't be it. I could definitely see that happening to Callum, but definitely not Rook. Trey, I found someone's jacket on the ground. It looks like Callum's, but it's all dirty. What's it doing here? I see, we've got to disappear Rook, because it would be too easy for them if they had Rook. Right? Actually, I see drag marks on the ground. Something might have happened to them. Thump. What was that? Ah! That scream! There was someone in the science club. I don't like this one bit. Let's hurry back. Are we in monster viewpoints with the with this narrowing of the field of view, or is it just because it's dark? Hey, is everyone okay?
Something dropped out of nowhere and then the fire went out. What's going on? I can't see a thing.
Okay, it's because it's dark.
Sounds like something's flying through the air. A ball?
No, that's a stone. Grim, Kalla, get behind me. I managed to deflect it. I won't be able to keep that up.
Trey, good job. Keep doing exactly that.
Hey Thomas, how you doing? You don't have your magical pen. I can deal with something like this, but we need to get out of here fast. Oh, there's the man. The Vargas man. Wait, what is that? Whoa, it's so strong it's breaking down my barrier spell. Grim, are you okay? Yeah. Where is everyone? Talk to me. Trey, help! Ah! Keita! Ah, what's going on? It's too dark, I can't see a thing. Keita, guys, where are you? Is that you? Is that you, Trey? That voice, Jade. Shh, we need to get away from here. But the others... As much as I'd love to respect your wishes, we don't have time for such sentiments. If we stay, we'll be wiped out to a man. Should that come to pass, there will be no rescuing Keita and the others. The smart play here is a temporary retreat. But... we're up against a foe who can toss large stones. Challenging them without a plan is not a sound strategy. I mean... Okay, yeah, you're right. We'll retreat for now. Thank you for your understanding. Now let's hurry. safe here for now. The area's wide open, which means it'll be easy to spot any oncoming attackers. Is that the room stuff for this event? Just a grassy floor, huh? I wish I could have gotten the others to safety as well. But in the midst of such chaos, getting to you was all I could manage. My apologies for my failure. Hey, you don't have anything to apologize for. If anything, I should thank you for getting me out of there. No, thank you. I couldn't have escaped without your barrier. Have you accumulated much blot? No, I'm still good. You were using magic too, right? Are you okay? Oh, I used the mage stone we mined for our challenge. It was such a tiny fragment that it hit its blot capacity immediately, though. It's sadly no longer usable. Alright, well, we need to figure out a plan. It would have helped if any of the others had escaped, but... Speaking of others... Why, hello there, Trey. I'm glad you and Jade managed to get away. Hazel and Phil, you're safe too. Yes, I am. The rest of the Film Research Club disappeared in the attack, though. What about the board game club? Much the same, I'm afraid. Everyone else disappeared before I could make sense of what was happening. So we're the only 4 left. Just what was that large shadow? It laid waste to our campsites in no time. Do you think that's what Grimm was talking about? Probably a safe bet. I thought it might be Coach Vargas at first, but it didn't look like him. I mean, it did. I couldn't make out much in the dark, but I thought I saw large horns on its head. Horns, So does that mean it wasn't Coach Vargas? Look, it doesn't matter if this is part of the challenge, or if it's Coach Vargas or not. The fact remains that we must deal with this shadow somehow. True, if it attacked us again, I doubt we'd get away a second time. We need a plan. Why don't we split into 2 groups and hide? We could simply wait it out. Hazel and I can stay underwater if we revert to our mer forms. We could always hide in the lake until morning comes. Good point. I prefer not to take my mer form if I can help it, but I suppose this merits an exception. Yeah, that would be a really good way of these two dealing with this. Hazel's healing's pretty good, is it, Thomas? Thanks for letting me know. That would only ensure your safety. What about the rest of us? Trey, back me up here. Could I make a proposal? It's a little reckless, but it'd give all of us a better chance of making it till dawn than hiding would. I'm listening. It's pretty straightforward, actually. The next time that thing attacks, we strike back. What? You want us to attack that thing? Have you taken leave of your senses? I know we're not all in sports clubs, but there was a huge crowd of us at the campsite and it still wasn't enough. And we can't fight properly without our magical pens. The prospect of victory seems slim. Well, it's a good thing that in this group we've also got someone who is hoarding mage stones, Hazel. Why don't we let Trey finish his thought before completely dismissing it? He wouldn't suggest something like that without reason. I actually think the four of us could take that thing if we play our cards right. Earlier it hit us with a surprise attack when we couldn't use magic. Plus our campfires had just gone out and we didn't have time to adjust to the dark. But if that stuff's not an issue, then that changes things. Ah, of course. If we were able to use magic and we'd already gotten used to the dark, that would improve our prospects somewhat, yes. The question is, how we would use our magic. We don't know where our magical pens are, and the mage stones from our challenges are quite small. Yeah, that's true. Ruggy was the SSR then, and Ansel isn't this time, that's true. We don't have many of them either. The four of us would burn through them in no time. That's a problem, yeah. I was hoping we could use the ones we dug up, but you're right, they wouldn't be enough. Well, have I got good news, some good news for you then. You see, I happen to have a considerable number of mage stones, thanks to the board game club's mining efforts yesterday. I should have enough that we could use our magic normally. Would you be interested? Would I? Thanks a ton. Look at Bill's face. Bill knows what's coming next. Trey, you're too nice. You're not thinking of the. You're not considering the expression on Azel's face when he said that. You're thanking him. Take another look at his face, Trey. He's clearly about to extort us into agreeing to some outrageous set of terms. Oh no, he's aware this is an emergency. I'm sure the terms will be more than favourable, isn't that right, Azel? But of course, I wouldn't ask for anything unreasonable. That said, I question if we can land a magical attack on that shadow even if we can see better. I saw that thing up close. It was powerful, of course, and swift as any beast. I strongly suspect that even with our magic, we'll need to immobilise it somehow if we're to have any chance of winning. Imagine if the camping trip was all the camp cards from the first and second alone in the woods to survive. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, what if we knock it into the lake? Water's much denser than air after all, it wouldn't be able to move as fast. If we can get it into a deep part of the lake where it can't stand, then it wouldn't be able to put up much of a fight. We'd have a huge advantage if we stayed up here, right? True enough. I wasn't considering it from a land dweller's perspective. Likewise. After all, we move much faster in the water. It's an acceptable enough plan. Okay, then if we're going to make this work, I've got several jobs for all of you. This has to be a team effort. Can I count on the three of you? No. You know none of us would actually say that in this situation, right? I wouldn't take directions from an incompetent person, but I know you wouldn't suggest anything ill-advised. Alright, I say we all work together to give our assailant an unpleasant surprise. I'm also keenly interested in hearing Trey's plan. Agreed. I'm willing to offer my full cooperation, assuming the plan is worth our time. Now I'm all nervous to share it. Don't even think about trying to get out of this. Just tell us what you have in mind. Okay, fine, but first I have a question. Who here is good at running? Running? Don't expect a merman to run. My mountain excursions have helped build my leg muscles, but I wouldn't say it's my forte. I doubt I could hold a candle to someone who jogs every morning like Vil does. Oh, I don't like where this is going one bit. What would you have me do? Well, here's the deal. But we're not going to get to hear right now. Ooh. I need more Vargas tickets. No. Wait, sorry. How many was that I needed? I need 180. I've got 162. Maybe this mission. No. Alright, back into book 4 it is then. Actually, wait, why am I going for this one? I had my team set up for the Mage Stone one last, so we'll do the Mage Stone one. Then I don't have to bother about messing around with my team. Spoiler, I'll need 220 in the future. But there might be something that's easier to get them by then, right?
準備いいか熱くなるのは得意じゃないんだ
We got 10. Okay, that means we need to do it one more time. Because we were less than 20 away. Also, by that point, I should probably stop doing it on auto once we get to the next battle, right? Because that's going to be tougher.
熱くなるのは得意じゃないんだ
Right. Unlock. Execute the plan. Grab a tray. Okay, floral water. I still want to keep Jade for the extra rewards. This'll do, I think. But I am gonna go in manually. You got your tickets to 1,400. Whoo! Now I see. No wonder you need all of us for this to work. The plan is very you, Trey. Cautious and realistic. It's not bad at all. Agreed. It may not be the flashiest scheme, but it's a safe approach that almost guarantees our victory. I think it's fantastic. I'll give you my full assistance, which means we have a consensus then. We have our plan. Now about the mage stones I'm providing. Yes, I really appreciate you sharing those. I'd like to have as many as possible when it's go time, so the total including reserves. Ah, but I have a condition for sharing them. I expect both of you to help out at the Mostria Lounge for 5 days once we get back from camp. What? Now let's all do our part to make this plan a rousing success. Hold on a minute. You want 5 whole days of my time just to loan us a handful of tiny mage stones? I was ready for you to put the squeeze on us, but talk about predatory. What happened to more than favourable terms? Considering the stone's relative value given our predicament, plus the labour to mine them, I think this is plenty favourable. But if you're fine without them, then by all means feel free to refuse. Oh, for crying out loud, must you add even more pressure? Priorities. Yeah, we can see where Azel's priorities are. Fine, I will help at the lounge, but only for 1 day. You can't expect me to make that large a concession. I'm running a business too, you know. You call this a business? A concession? Surely you, of all people, know just how valuable a day of my time is. Of course, but I'm incurring a considerable risk by giving up these mage stones. I could have used them to protect myself. You would have me risk life and limb for but a single day of your help? That hardly seems fair. All right, 2 days, and not a minute longer. I can't find any more than that. No, I can't fit any more than that into my schedule. In that case, would you be willing to grant us exclusive sales rights to your homemade smoothies for those 2 days? Perhaps Azel would be more amenable to only having you for 2 days, if proceeds from your smoothies were included. Yes, I would grant that concession. You drive a hard bargain. I agree, but with the caveat that I won't be able to produce them in bulk. You can only sell them for 2 days, and I won't share the recipes. Is that acceptable? Quite. I believe we have a deal then. Now, what say you to my offer, Trey? I'll take the 5 days. You can't put a price on life, and I doubt I have anything worth bargaining over. You have your cake-making skills, Trey! Why, thank you! What a wonderful arrangement we've reached. I take it you two will be using all the mage stones you want for free. Correct. After all, we already work at the Mostria Lounge. Yeah, I'm not sure I knew Phil made smoothies, but I guess it makes sense. He probably makes those extremely good for you smoothies. I can assure you that you'll have my full support in honor of your generous agreement. Okay, let's get into position. We'll execute the plan the moment the shadow returns to the campground. "13 items for Halloween sounds like a lot, Thomas. Show yourself, fiend! You're the monster that attacked our camp. catch me, if you can. There's the flash. Things are kicking off. Yes, I have to hand it to Trey. This is an inspired plan. Since the monster struck in the dark, its eyes must be used to the darkness. Which means that Phil's magical flash should stun it for a moment. I applaud how efficient this is, using a single spell as both a stall tactic and signal. Phil's headed our way. Looks like the first phase was a success. You're interested in how Vargas produces those roars, right? I mean, I guess he's just got a recording of a tiger roar. Indeed, I'm very glad Vil is here. He has to sprint in a zigzag while both avoiding attacks and making sure we can keep up. I shudder to imagine how this might have gone if we didn't have somebody who jogs every morning. Still, that monster moves fast. We should provide Vil with magical support as we make our way towards the lake. Normally, I'd flat out refuse to run outside of PE, but I'll give this my best. After all, with Vil working at the lounge for 2 days and sharing his smoothies, our sales will certainly get a boost. And what's more, I get 5 whole days of Trey's confectionery expertise. Yes, that confectionery expertise that he could have... Oop, just a second. That didn't... That's messed up a sec. Hello? Why did you disconnect, phone? It's back. I think. Yep, there we go. It's back on the preview as well. Hooray. I think I knocked the cable. If we offer top-notch treats made by Trey himself, we'll have a flood of customers pouring in. Ah, so you put on a show of haggling for Vil's time to mask what you really wanted. Trey. Isn't it nice that your real aim went over their heads? You know, Thomas, Thomas, I hope they increase the amount of storage they're allowing us for the items. Given that they keep giving us more to make. Oh, it's lovely. There was a golden opportunity I could not miss. Alright, into the battle. Okay, let's turn off auto. Mm, 50-50.
良い判断です。力になりますよ。受けて立つ。はっ。
He sounds less like a tiger now and more like a very large cow. Sorry, Coach Vargas. But you do.
受けて立つ。たわいないな。俺に勝てると思ったのか。
At least make him a bull. Yeah, a bull's a cow. But you're right. But bull would be more the right noise. But the Vargas truck won't start. Yeah, it did sound a bit like that, didn't it? What's the matter? I'm right here, and yet you still haven't caught me. Some monster you are. Are they late yet? Ugh, I'm drenched in sweat. Keep going, Azul. Vil's taking lengthy detours to ensure we can keep up. And don't stop your spellfire or the monster will catch Vil. Ugh, think of the sails. This is for the Monster Lounge. And you, stop relishing in my suffering and get to work. Can we go Vargas tipping? Yes. Yes, we can. Trey, I'm here. We're all set. Okay, guys, time for phase 3. Azul, Jade, pincer attack now! Right. Oof, talk about fast, so much for your pincer. It got past us in seconds. This is not the time for analysis, it's throwing out of the stone. Paint the roses! Ooh, that's pretty. My word, did you just catch that stone? I altered it to have the characteristics of a rubber ball. I figured we need a way to deal with the stones. I'll take care of anything it throws at us. Vil, you're on offense. Azul and Jade take support. Just keep inching it closer to the water. Ha! We're bombarding it with spells, but it's not phased at all. We're still gaining ground. Trey, we can move to phase 4 when you're ready. Not yet. Keep up the pressure. Here comes another stone. Paint the roses. We'll really be pushing our luck soon. Should we go, Trey? Not yet. Trey! Alright, phase 4, go now. Finally, no one keeps me waiting that long. We're in position. All yours, Vil. Take this. What? It saw that Vil was winding up to do another flash spell and dodged before he finished casting. In that mere split second, but what about blinding it and sending it into the lake? We're still good, actually. Huh? The monster slipped and plunged into the lake the moment it landed. Oh, did it land on the tarp that they used to fish the catfish out? It's hard to believe someone could just slip that spectacularly just from a simple dodge. Phew. I took an extra precaution before you guys got here and froze the grass around the lakeside with magic. Oh, okay. Froze it. Anyone would slip on it so long as they had enough momentum. What prompted you to do that? Well, since you handled the dangerous part of getting the enemy over here, I figured failure wasn't an option. Quite right. Nicely done. Yeah. It's trying to get out of the lake. Vil, quickly. And now for the coup de grace. What's your hurry, monster? Just to give you fair warning, this lake is as good as cursed. Fairest one of all. Anyone who touches the water of this lake will be immobilized until I permit them to move. Oof! You're cursing the entire lake, Vil. That must be a lot of magic. Yeah. Alright, it's immobilized. It can't do anything to us. I believe we've won this battle. That was a nice workout. I was worried we might not have enough mage stones, but we finished with a good amount left over. Oh yeah, the fish! Oh no! How many fish did you immobilize, Phil? I'm very curious to know who that shadow is. About that, I got a much better look at it just now than I did before. It's definitely built. Although the upper half of its face is hidden, I could see it grinning a little. So it truly is as we suspected. I had an inkling, but this, of all the ridiculous stunts to pull. If you knew, why didn't you say anything sooner? I was afraid it really was a monster. Sorry about that. I didn't have any proof. Besides, we had to go all out no matter who or what it was. Okay, let's fish our attacker out of the water and get some answers. But there was another monster though. What happened with the other monster? We've hauled our assailant out of the lake, and sure enough... Seeing him up close, there's no mistake. I'd know that grin anywhere. For real. Jade, would you mind unmasking him for us? Certainly. Here we go. I see you've discovered my true identity. It really was, Coach Vargas. What an effective disguise. That costume is quite flattering on you. Ha ha ha! It was specifically made to emphasize my musculature. Scooby-Doo Papa, yeah. Exactly. Well, at least now we know for sure. Phil, I think you can give him permission to move now. He's probably not going to attack us again. Are you sure? His earlier display of violence didn't exactly engender trust. Agreed. Perhaps it would be prudent to verify the safety of our schoolmates before releasing him. Poor Vargas! He's got 3 schemers right here. Yes, let's just leave things like this and keep an eye on him for now. Looks like I've been outvoted. Sorry, Coach Vargas, nothing personal. Hey! It's Grim and Kalla. I was worried you got attacked. Where have you been? Well, Kalla, you tell him. I'm so sorry. That's the story. Oh, we were working for Coach Vargas and just pretending we knew nothing about the monster. I get it now. So this whole attack really was just a challenge. We were bribed. We weren't even bribed! That's right, it was a test of combat. The challenge was to keep calm and flex your minds and muscles in the face of an unknown threat. Your friends go missing, your dependable teacher is gone, a powerful foe is hunting you. I gauged how you handled being thrown into crisis. And that was your true assignment. A powerful foe, hmm? Your ego is showing there, Coach. Okay, but what about the other students? Relax, they're fine. I just tied them up to keep them from interfering with the challenge. The ghosts will untie them once it's all over. Grim and Kalla were special exceptions. I had them record what you did. That would explain why they entered from the woods. I still can't believe it was all an act. You had me completely fooled. I don't think we had Vil fooled, though. Really? You actually bought that tray? What can I say? I got talent. You could put me in a film research club movie if you wanted. No offense, but I have no plans to film a heartwarming pet movie anytime soon.
I ain't a pet.
Coach Vargas, may I ask a question? Sure, Ashen Grotto, hit me. I get that Grim and Kalla were assisting you, but was Idio's disappearance also part of the challenge? And what about Ortho? Was that just trickery as well? Nope. Any students who skipped out on assignments or broke the rules weren't worthy of the final challenge. And so I gave them educational guidance instead. It would be inexcusable to waste an opportunity to improve their muscles. So I stuck them in a cabin and made them do non-stop squats under a ghost's supervision. Idia is going to be dead. Don't worry, they'll be back any minute now. And so, did we pass the final challenge or not? Per my assessment, you pass. How is Ortho supposed to improve his muscles, right? Ortho doesn't have muscles to improve. It's impressive that despite going up against me, you managed to avoid total annihilation all the way till sunrise. Clover, Ashen Grotto, Leech, Schoenheit. You deserve recognition for your cool-headed plan to set a trap, rather than simply make a brave last stand. I'm sure all of the other Arts Club students will be grateful that you passed the final challenge for everyone. You were our MVPs with the tents, and you clearly earned those titles for a reason. You might even get close to my level soon. I'll give you 4 your Vargas badges so you can go on and release me now. Let's get our badges and head back to camp. Good call. What's that noise? Look, there's something strange over near that thicket. The real monster!
What is that?
That round head, those giant claws, it couldn't be. What? But I haven't got my Vargas badge yet. I think that's the least of our problems. Is everyone okay? We're fine, but Grim and Coach Vargas... That strange shadow took them. Da-da-da! Yet another monster. Grim and Coach Vargas. That strange shadow took them. Grim! What was that thing? It so rudely interrupted me getting my final Vargas badge. Perhaps it's another challenge. No, I don't think Grim would have been that scared if he knew it was coming. I think I've seen it before. Follow that shadow. Easy, Kalla. I'm just as worried about Grim and Coach Vargas as you are. But charging after them without a plan would be a fool's errand. Trey's right. We need to stay calm and assess the situation rationally. Agreed. And I believe we still have ample time. Regardless of who the attacker was, if they were trying to just harm us, they wouldn't have abducted anyone. I mean, they might have been hunting for food, Jade. True. As embarrassing as it is to admit, we were caught entirely flat-footed. We weren't able to react. I suspect if we'd been more prepared, we could have taken that shadow down together. And then it must have a reason for abducting people. That said, perhaps it simply wants to devour its prey leisurely in its lair. It did look like a monster after all. That's what I said, Jade! You... Yeah, it had a pretty monstrous form, alright. What I want to know is where it even came from. I have an idea about that. I saw that monster's shadow in the tunnels yesterday. You did? I mean, look, if this is something that's going to try and eat Grim, it's the second things in 2 days. Oh, right. I remember you mentioning that now. It had a round head, long arms, and large claws. I only caught a glimpse of it just now, but it did fit your description. Yesterday I assumed you were just mistaken and saw something else. I certainly didn't think it was real. I see. Well, we can't be sure the monster's lair is in the tunnels. They might be worth checking. What's the call, guys? After all that fighting, we have to take on yet another monster? I have to wonder why it chose that exact moment to strike. Why couldn't it wait until after the challenge had finished? Yes, then more people could have witnessed us boldly rushing to the rescue. 'Tis a pity. You guys never change. For all your complaining, it sounds like you still intend to rescue them. Of course I do. Coach Vargas is one of the captives, after all. It would be quite the feather in my cap to rescue a distinguished Night Raven College teacher in his hour of need. So that's your angle. What's that look for? I said nothing wrong. No need to worry. Regardless of our reasons, we all want to save Grim and Coach Vargas. Well, I assume you have something to gain as well? Please, I couldn't care less about accolades. I'd just have trouble sleeping at night if something happened to Vargas in his current state. Oh yeah, because he's still immobilized. Why? Oh, of course. You never released Coach Vargas from your spell. I would have lifted it immediately if I'd known what was going to happen. Makes sense. I feel kind of responsible too. What about you, Kalla? What do you want to do? I mean, save them, obviously. I'm gonna rescue them! I had a feeling you'd say that. It was technically my plan that got Coach Vargas into this mess. I'm going to help rescue him too. I'm going to have to assume that the spell doesn't affect fish. On the basis that... I guess if they're already in the water, it probably doesn't count. It probably just counts for if they touch it afterwards, maybe? I don't know. It also clearly doesn't fully immobilize them in that... No, wait. I was gonna say, like, Coach Vargas could still breathe and talk, but... Don't fish need to move to breathe? Then, shall we be off? Yeah, let's drop by the camp on the way there and pick up some supplies. Flint, torches... Oh, we could take the tent ropes too. What else would be good? It's so quiet here. Weren't the ghosts supposed to release the rest of the students once the challenge was over? Coach Vargas didn't get a chance to announce we'd finished before he got taken. We've got a bit of a hike to get to the tunnel. Make sure you keep a close eye on your surroundings. I need water again. I'll be back. and I'm back. I really need to start putting some water in the fridge because it's all warm. Jeez, this trail is no joke. You guys holding up okay? What do you think? I've barely gotten a wink of sleep today. It wouldn't be a true mountain trail if it was easy. The challenge is half the fun. You're the only one deriving any pleasure from this, you know. To be perfectly frank, I'd just as soon take back what I said about rescuing them and go back to my tents and put my feet up. I feel you, but we can't just abandon Coach Vargas and Grimm to their fate. If we sit back and wait for the head mage, we might be too late. It'd be a different situation if Coach Vargas could move. I'm assuming that in order to release Coach Vargas from the spell, Vil has to be in hearing range. Otherwise he would have done it, right? No use dwelling on that now. Yes, we must focus on what lies ahead of us, not behind us. I must say, though, we don't know enough about the monster's nature and the way it fights. It's also unclear if it's only taken Grimm and Coach Vargas. Now that you mention it, Coach Vargas explained what happened to all the students in the final challenge, as well as Idia and Ortho. But what about Malleus and Lilia? Would they have skipped out on camp or broken the rules? Malleus was enjoying camp well enough, and Lilia was pretty positive about it too. I can't picture them ditching out. Yeah, Essel's gonna have to, like, hibernate after this, right? I guess it's possible they broke the rules somehow, but what if they didn't? What if that monster got to them too? A monster that got Lilia and Malleus, huh? Just so we're clear, if it turns out Malleus has been abducted as well, I'm running. Charging in unprepared to fight a monster that could capture him would be like offering yourself up on a platter. Malleus kind of went along with the monster for a stroll, right? Yep. You're not wrong. Even I could tell how strong it was in the split second it attacked. I really hope we don't have to fight that thing. I think we're gonna have to fight that thing. Alright, we made it. Do you really think we're going to find them in there? We'd best hurry. I'm beside myself with anxiety, thinking of the horrors they might be enduring. Yeah, let's go in. It's as dark as ever in here. And still a maze. Let's follow the map I drew when we were mining for mage stones.
Let me go! Why'd you even nab me anyway?
Well, well, I believe that's grim. It appears our guess was right. It's difficult to tell with all the echoing, but he sounds as though he's fine. Let's get moving, and we should keep our extra mage stones at the ready. We're pretty far in now. I think we're coming to the deepest part of the tunnels. Grimm! They both appear intact. There's no sign of the monster. Looks like we'll be able to get them out of here without a fight. The monster's probably on the ceiling, Hazel. They appear unharmed, but why are they bound and gagged? If the monster did this, then it must possess human-level intelligence. Okay, I'll untie your gag.
You guys gotta watch out!
Why? Did something happen?
It's a trap!
What? You actually came. Fools. So that's the monster that abducted them. I was ready for a fight, but perhaps not in such a dark, confined space.
What's the plan, Trey? Forget Vargas, just get me out of here!
Admiral Akbar reference, Hernek. Hazel, Jade and Kalla, you three get Grim and Coach Vargas. We have to get them out of here. There's no time to untie them. You'll have to carry them out. What will you and Vil be doing? The same thing we did to lure Coach Vargas to the lake. We're going to stall the monster. Get going, we're out of time. What about releasing Vargas from your spell, Vil? You know, while you're here. Understood. I'll carry Grim. That means the rest of us have to carry Vargas between us. Jade! Ugh. He called dibs on Grim because he's smaller, then grabbed him and ran off before we could get a word out. I'll have trouble carrying someone this big by myself. Kalla, would you mind lending me a hand? Hazel, I'm not sure that you and me put together can pick Coach Vargas up. I've got his legs! Thank you. These tunnels are so narrow, I was afraid I might bump the coach's head or feet against the rocks. That's why you didn't want to pick him up by yourself? Do stop thrashing about, Coach. We're leaving now. Wait, if he's thrashing about, he must be released, right? From the spell. Well, I hope we put on a decent enough show for the underclassmen. Here it comes. You ready, Vil? Of course I am. And don't even think about slowing down, Trey. Yeah, I think all of the paralysis is worn off. The fish are fine. What do I need? 220. What do I have? I don't know. 192. Okay. Can we go back and do the Vargas fights again? That's probably the easier way to do it, right? I mean, I don't remember how much we got from that. Wait, it's probably no different, is it? We did get tickets from that, right? Am I doing this for no reason?
いいぜ。
I was not paying attention.
いいっすね。
やる気か。
おまぬけさん。
わかった。
オッケーっす。
Yeah, I might have to go leave and go elsewhere, like you said.
面白いか？
I realized that after I got into this.
ほら、すべてうまく。
That it's probably not gonna work. Yeah, no. It's a pity it didn't unlock. We didn't unlock the ability to go up against him again already. I think the team I had. Are they? They're probably. Well, they'll. Nope. Nope. It's not this one. It's the fish one we're set up for. Now I think basically. On the plus side, I got to smack Vargas around again. Yep. There we go. This is the one that we're currently set up for. Yeah, I should be fine to put it back on auto.
力と牙以外にも戦う術はある。はいはい。
仰せのままに。
やる気か。
優しくしますね。
うまくやるんすよ。
I think we're gonna need 3 runs of
やる気
this.
か。俺に勝てると思ったのか。
So we were gonna get 10 tickets per time, and we were slightly more than 20. More than 20, but less than 30. When I get to the last battle, lots of fire. But only if I want the fishing pole item for the guest room. Okay. I mean, I want the fishing pole item for the guest room. That sounds fun.
ここは俺の縄張りっす。
For the extra battles.
Sakura.
Yeah. So does each extra battle unlock one item for the room then?
かかってこい。俺に勝てると思ったのか。
お手柔らかにお願いします。始めようか。心が痛む。
かかってこい。
うまくやる。
良い判断です。力になりますよ。
まだまだ。
ほら、すべてうまくいっただろ。
I was right. 3 battles. Grab a friendly tray. And fire and water. Nope, that's not right. Yeah, there's fire and water. Yeah, Let's just take Jamo and Callum. That'll do it. Ha! I'm running low on mage stones. Do you have enough? I'm good, but this thing... It's predicting our moves now. Things aren't looking so hot. Then how about this? Oh, he's taking his jacket off. He's getting serious. Unless he's taking his jacket off to throw it at them to yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It stopped moving. Throwing your jacket over its head did the trick. Quick, let's get out of here. I mean, that is kind of what they did with the Vargas monster. Tried to blind him and ran. We made it. Where are the others? We're all fine. We got Grim and Coach Vargas out.
I can't believe you guys got away. I thought you were goners.
I'm glad it all worked out. Now let's lift the coach's curse. It would be beyond pitiful to leave him bound and gagged on top of being unable to move because of your signature spell. I suppose so. Alright, here I go. There, you can move now. Okay, so he wasn't free. And I'll just untie your gag. What's the matter, Coach? You sound panicked. We've got company. No surprises there, I guess. Ah, that's what he was trying to tell us. Looks like the real battle begins now. So we still have to fight in the end. At least it's getting lighter out and we're not stuck in those tunnels. We have room to maneuver out here. So now we just have to go all out. Okay guys, this is it. Let's wipe the floor with this thing. Ah! I see. Yeah! It's cruel. Fancy, fancy cruel.
俺もそう
それで行くか。無理はすんなよ。
怪我するなよカリム。俺が先に行く。
頼りにしてるぜジャミル。
おとなしくしろ。
それ。いて。どうしてやろうかしら。
良い判断です。
You did call it, didn't you, Heike?
それが本気。
Well done.
当然の結果ね。あんたと私じゃ。
Ooh, another fight. What witchcraft did Vargas do to convince Cruel to participate in it? It's a good question. Yeah, it's so fast I can't hit it at all with my magic. But look, it's slowing down. Our attacks are doing something. I've still got extra mage stones. Just say the word if you need any. I'll take some.
Damn. Aren't these guys in arts clubs? They're not athletes. How are they outlasting that thing?
Individually, their stamina might not match someone in a sports club. But they're dividing their roles more effectively because they know their limitations. Clover's calling the shots, Schoenheit's employing confusion tactics, and Leash and Aschengrotto are on offense. Clover's also keeping a close eye on the whole team so he can step in and help them regroup whenever there's a break in formation. Such incredible teamwork! My camp is paying off already!
Yeah, I get you. Hey, wait a minute.
I thought you were tied up. Yeah, I felt too constricted, so I just freed myself and undid my gag.
Then what are you chatting with us for? Get in there and help them. And untie me while you're at it.
No can do. This is outside my jurisdiction. But the way things are going, they'll probably pass the challenge. Look at how much they've grown.
Challenge? What are you talking about?
Yes, it's working. But we're running out of steam as well. And our mage stones are low. What shall we do, Trey? We'll wait for the right moment and then hit it all at once. I'll give the signal. Just hold out a little longer. Vargas is a lot better at acting than Grim, huh? This way around, I
俺に
think.
任せとけ。無理はすんなよ。ほっ。いて。
怪我するなよカリム。俺が先に行く。
頼りにしてるぜ、ジャミル。
俺の力思い知れ。うわっ。
That's true. If I were these kids' teacher, I would be very proud of them right now.
いいチョイスよ。お前は俺の手の内だ。踊れ。
ダメね。
わかった。
いいチョイスよ。
それ。
ほら、すべてうまくいっただろ。
I think it's over. Yeah, just barely. We used up every mage stone I had. And here I was, hoping I could get more out of them back at school. Circumstances dictated otherwise, unfortunately.
Hey guys, behind you!
What? It's getting up after we hit it with all those spells? I didn't expect mere pups to evade my trap and fight me on equal terms. Very well done. You're all such good boys. Good boys. Don't tell me. The sun's come up. Now we can get a proper look at this monster. It's... Yes, it's about time you put it together. Who in the world? Oh no, they don't recognize him. Wait, is that you, Professor Cruel? I suspected as much because of his voice and word choice, but the sheer eccentricity of his attire stunned me into confusion.
Talk about over the top. Cruel's got some strange tastes.
Which outfit do I like best, Vargas or Cruel? Vargas's is a lot more believable as a forest monster. Quiet! I did not choose this costume. I designed it myself. Pretty rad, eh? Doesn't it just scream powerful foe? I guess? Vargas's reads better as a monster, if that's what they're aiming for. But yes, Cruel does kind of look like a... like a JRPG final boss, so... Oh, thank the 7. I don't know what I would have done if that had been Professor Cruel's design. But what was he doing in the mine? This is Camp Vargas, is it not? Allow me to explain. I initially planned to give you the same final challenge the sports clubs had. But then I thought, what if they tip you off? You'd know what was coming. Just as I was debating switching up the whole thing, Professor Cruel volunteered his services. Yes, it's my job to oversee the arts clubs after all. Anyway, since the challenge is over, I suppose I don't need to keep wearing this mask. You gentlemen can come out now as well. Gentlemen, you mean Malleus and Lilia, right? Oh, is it over already? It was no mean feat trying to while the night away and stay hidden. Malleus, were you in cahoots with Professor Cruel? And Lilia as well. Were you aware of the whole plan from the start? No, I didn't know anything until the second day. Cruel approached me out of the blue yesterday. Boy, was I ever surprised. I had a word with Professor Cruel after seeing how Draconia completed the mining challenge on day 1. I figured if we didn't do something, the difficulty curve would be thrown out of whack. Yes, exactly. Because Malleus is way too strong for this to work. Yeah, he did dig up a mage stone with his bare hands. I was taken completely by surprise as well. Who could have anticipated such a trivial thing would pose a problem? Coach Vargas made the challenge less difficult for the art clubs, but that didn't mean you could skate by. Van Rouge fished up a giant catfish all by himself, and Draconia got that mage stone all too easily. So we tasked them with upping the difficulty for you all. Did you notice that the tunnels were more labyrinthine on the second day? Malleus, did you go break a whole bunch of mine tunnels? Yes, it struck me as strange at the time. You did that. I created the maze, yes. I trust you enjoyed the added complexity. That would explain it. Complex is one word for it. Did you also block the forest path with a fallen tree and create an alternate route? We lucked out and found a lantern blossom after the detour, but struggled quite a bit in the swamp. Oh, that was me. Quite a simple and yet elegant trap, wouldn't you say? I haven't done such heavy manual labour like that in years. It brought back some fond memories. I'm most curious how you felled a tree without any assistance, but yes, I see now. And so marks the end of your ultimate challenge. And so how'd we do? Not only did you use your wits in a perilous situation to get everyone safely out of the mine, but you also put up a decent fight in the ensuing battle. No retraining is necessary. You pass. Here are your final Vargas badges. Bear them with pride. Thank you. Congratulations, guys. Thanks, I'm just glad it all worked out. The head mage will be here soon. Let's get back to the camp entrance. Follow me. Hooray, the final Vargas badge. Trey, you're back! And I see Malleus has returned to us as well. Looks like everyone's here. Good, you've all been released. Just so. When I came to, I found we were all tied to trees in the woods. It was like I had become a sculpture. What a novel experience that was. Of course you're seeing it that way, Rook. Leave it to you to put an artistic spin on being tied up in the woods all night. My joints ache like nobody's business. If I never get tied up again, it'll be too soon. I'm just glad you're all okay. You look like you've been through the ringer, Trey. Yeah, it was a lot, let me tell you. The ghosts filled us in when they untied us. You had to fight Coach Vargas for the last challenge, right? Amazing job, guys. We took care of breaking down the tents. Oh, thank goodness. The thought of having to clean up after all that was frankly demoralizing. Welcome back, Vil Schoenheit. Sorry for ducking out partway through camp. The coach had me watch over Idia to make sure he didn't slack off on his squats. Oh, that's what Otho was busy doing. That would explain why Idia's in a crumpled heap over there. My legs have exploded. They have not. Now get up. Yikes! Why you gotta be so scary? Ow! My poor leggies! There'll be nothing left of them soon. Quiet down, everyone. Remember, you're still at Camp Vargas. Thank you for your efforts, Coach Vargas and Professor Cruel. Oh, the pleasure was all mine. That was the most fun I've had in a good while. What? Professor Cruel was here too? Yes, we actually had to fight him for the very final challenge. You did? But you also fought Coach Vargas, right? Yep, Professor Cruel showed up after that. He was in disguise, so we thought he was a monster at first. He even fooled me. He's dressed normally now, of course. It was less a disguise and more like a full-blown costume. He had a bunch of giant gems around his head and wore this long flashy cape. And he wore a mask as if he was going to a masquerade. I thought he was a swift, gigantic beast of prey. Truly, oh, how breathtakingly beautiful it must have been. I wouldn't go that far. That outfit's going to give me nightmares. Is that so? Well, I wish I could have witnessed you battling him in his disguise. I saw the whole thing, and I can tell you the four of them worked together like a well-oiled machine. You wouldn't believe how difficult it was for me to stay quiet while I was cheering Jade on. You were cheering for me? May I ask why? It's because you're on the same team, right? That sounds like a blast. I wish I could have been there to cheer for you guys. Looks like I gotta thank you again, Jade. You showed up for us in spades this whole trip. Why, thank you. I didn't know things got that rough. Thank you, Vil Schoenheit. Now I don't have to transfer clubs. I'm excited to keep learning about acting and filming techniques. You're most welcome, and I'm glad I didn't have to lose any club members. That said, Ortho, we are going to have a talk later. You need a thorough reminder of your duties as a member of the Film Research Club. Yes, sir. You should be grateful as well, Idia. Not only did we do the last challenge without you, but we did everything else as well. You were like a camping master this whole trip, Azel, and you crushed the final challenge. You really pulled through for us. Yeah, thanks, Azel. Oh dear, you've got some dirt on your knees. It must be from when you collapsed on the ground. Allow me to dust it off. Oh, Azel. Yeah! Oh, please, it was just a little tap. Must you be so dramatic? You knew my legs were still in agony from those squats, didn't you? Poked him in the hurty legs. Oh dear. Good grief, how noisy can they get? Well, at least we made it through Camp Vargas in one piece. Indeed. Would you regale me with tales of your daring exploits once we return, Trey? I simply must hear it straight from the horse's mouth. I didn't do anything that great, really. I beg to differ. You performed the finest deeds of all in my eyes, Clover. I agree. We only got through that final challenge by virtue of your planning and quick thinking. Absolutely. I benefited greatly thanks to you. Also, Azel's going to be benefiting even more thanks to you soon. Seriously? No, you three made it possible. Can't you just take a compliment? They're telling you that they appreciate your efforts. As do I. You really know how to stick a landing. I see I misjudged you. Wait, did you think I was unreliable or something? You were on fire back there, Trey. Now you're making me blush. I'm flattered, though. You all did great today. Thanks for everything. Now it's time for roll call. Once everybody's present and accounted for, we'll head back to school. Phew, what an exhausting camp. All I want to do is fall into bed when we get back. Yeah, these guys haven't slept this night. They must be exhausted. Because they were up super early on the second morning as well, and they haven't really slept since then. They must have been awake more than 24 hours at this point. I suppose it all worked out well enough in the end. The real challenge is what happens after we get back. Oh yeah? Vil, Trey, I trust our agreement still stands. Vil is to assist at the Monster Lounge for 2 days, during which we get exclusive sales rights to his smoothies. And Trey will be helping out for 5 days, yes? Let me know your schedules for the next month once they're set. I'll need to organise your shifts. Oh, and I'll send you a reminder if you don't reach out to me within the next week. Do you think I would renege on a contract? Relax, I always honour my work commitments. Trey, you'll be working in the kitchen. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do. Great, that's where I'd prefer to be anyway. Besides, it'll be nice to make desserts for other people who aren't in my dorm. Why, yes it will. I expect a full display of your talents. Oh, what a wonderful camp this has been, and what delightful memories we forged together. You call this wonderful? I know he got something out of it, but he was singing a different tune just a while ago. Maybe the exhaustion scrambled his brain. Well, it is debatable whether this camp could be described as wonderful. Wouldn't you find a normal camping trip sans Coach Vargas to be enjoyable? Hiking in the mountains, pitching a tent, starting a campfire, fishing the day away. It's a marvellous way to relax. I can't deny that, and this campground would make a decent filming location. I could see the Film Research Club spending a few nights camping out here and filming as some sort of training exercise. If you ever do that, by all means invite me along. I would be delighted to help. Yeah, camping's pretty cool. It'd be a fun thing to do with the science club, just as a little vacation. Magnificent! Whoa! Yes, Coach Vargas? Camp Vargas just wrapped up and you're already planning your own camping trips, eh? That's what I like to see. I knew I chose right when I picked you guys as our MVPs. Despite being in the arts clubs, your decidedly defined arm muscles show that you are striving to reach my peak form. Alright, I'll grace you with my presence on your camping trips. I'll train you as many days as you like. Oh no. Did he miss the operative phrase, "Sons, Coach Vargas"? It certainly seems that way. Okay, guys, are you ready? Run! Hey, we're done. Dun dun dun. That means I can grind now. So, yeah, we're gonna call the stream there for today. Thank you very much for coming. It's been fun. If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked below. The streaming schedule is posted both over on social media and over here on YouTube in the community tab. The next scheduled stream is in theory tomorrow and is karaoke, but I may need to cancel that based on how I feel tomorrow. So keep an eye out. So I'll either see you tomorrow or Friday or at some other point in the future. Once again, thanks for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya, bye bye.